Welcome, English learners, to this essential deep dive lesson on the Native Ear channel.
We are so happy to have you join us for this practice session today.
Our mission here is clear and, I think, very focused.
It is. We want to help you move beyond simply knowing English words.
To truly owning them.
Yes, to help you deeply understand, truly remember.
And confidently apply natural American English phrases in your daily life.
In real-world situations, that's the key.
We do this through a simple but very powerful method. We take one common real-life conversation and we slow it way down.
We break down every important word, every single phrase.
And even the small details of pronunciation. We go step by step.
The goal is to make sure that by the end of this lesson, you can use these expressions automatically.
And fluently. This isn't about speed.
No, it is about deep, clear understanding.
So today's deep dive focuses on a topic that I think everyone can relate to.
Oh, definitely. Technology problems.
Exactly. Specifically, we are going to master the vocabulary and phrases you need to clearly communicate when a computer or a phone or any device is broken.
Or just not working right, malfunctioning.
Right, or if it has a virus. This is such a critical skill.
It really is, whether you're talking to tech support, a colleague at work, or just a friend.
And by the end of this lesson, you will be able to do a few key things.
You'll be able to clearly describe common technology issues.
You'll also be able to use natural American English idioms, just like a native speaker would.
And you'll be able to confidently ask for and respond to requests for technical help.
Now, I am joined today by our expert guide.
Hello.
This is our seasoned English instructor, Jordan, who will help us slow down this dialogue and analyze everything in detail. Welcome.
Thank you. I am very excited to guide this deep dive.
It's such a useful topic.
It is. Many English learners find describing problems, well, especially unexpected problems like a technology failure, to be really difficult.
I can see that. You might not know the exact word.
Exactly. They often lack the specific natural phrases that native speakers use.
So we're going to fix that today.
We will. We'll make sure that every phrase we analyze is simple, useful, and pronounced perfectly.
We're training that native ear.
That's right. To recognize and use these patterns immediately, we will take this slow and steady.
Clarity above all else.
Precisely.
That slow, steady approach is exactly what we need. Now, to get your mind working immediately, let's start with a question for you, our listener.
An opening curiosity question.
Yes. When was the last time a machine or device caused you stress?
Real trouble.
Maybe a slow internet connection, or a printer that just refused to work.
Or a mobile phone that suddenly stopped charging. We've all been there.
Think about that moment. How did you describe that specific problem in English?
Just take a moment. Try to form a few simple English sentences in your mind.
And while you are thinking about that scenario, if you find this lesson useful, and we are very confident that you will,
please make sure to like this deep dive and subscribe to the Native Ear channel.
and share it with your family and friends.
That small action really helps us reach more learners just like you.
And it helps us continue to create these deeply useful lessons.
It really does.
Okay, let's jump into the main event.
The central conversation we'll be analyzing today.
Let's begin by setting the scene for our dialogue.
Let's paint a picture.
Imagine a person. They're trying to finish some work on their computer, maybe a PC, a desktop machine,
Then they are very, very frustrated.
because the computer has stopped working for the third time just today.
The third time, so they're understandably annoyed.
Very annoyed. And they decide they need help immediately.
So they call out to their friend Samuel, who is downstairs,
And they ask him to come help, because Samuel is known to be good with technology.
the go-to person for computer problems,
Samuel agrees to help, runs a quick diagnosis on the machine.
and then explains the precise problem and the solution to his frustrated friend.
Now, for this first time listening, we're going to hear the entire dialogue spoken at a normal conversational speed.
Right. And the goal here is just to get the overall context.
So please, do not feel stressed if the speed is a little challenging or if you miss a few words,
That is perfectly normal. Our deep analysis will follow immediately afterward.
where we break down every single part of the exchange.
That's right. So just focus on the situation, who is talking,
What is the main issue?
and what is the final resolution. Try to listen for the emotion in the voice, too.
The frustration, and then maybe the relief.
Exactly.
Okay, here's the full dialogue now.
Oh, great. The stupid computer froze again. It's the third time today. Hey, Samuel, can you come take a look at my PC? It's acting up again. It must have a virus or something.
Just give me a second, I'll be right up.
I ran a virus scan on your computer, and it turns out that you have a lot of infected files.
But I'm quite careful when I'm browsing the internet. I have no idea how I could have picked up a virus.
Well, you have to make sure your antivirus software is updated regularly. Yours wasn't up to date. That's probably what was causing your problems.
Okay, anything else?
Yeah, try not to kick or hit the computer.
Yeah, sorry about that.
You know, that conversation, it perfectly captures the feeling of modern technology trouble.
It really does. The speed was normal, but the situation is so relatable.
It is, isn't it? We all know that feeling of frustration when a machine just misbehaves.
Absolutely. And we learned a few things immediately from that short exchange, even before our analysis.
We did. We know the computer stopped working.
It froze.
And we know the person was so upset.
They were hitting the machine.
Yes, you can really feel the frustration there.
Okay, so let's now slow everything down and begin our deep analysis.
Word by word and phrase by phrase.
We want to make sure you understand the clear, precise usage of everything you just heard.
Let's start with the fundamental vocabulary, the words that describe the problem itself.
Our first and maybe the most important piece of vocabulary we need to master is the noun virus.
V-I-R-U-S, virus.
So in the context of technology and computers, what exactly is a virus?
A virus is a program. It's a very small piece of computer code
Okay.
that is specifically designed to be destructive.
Destructive. So its purpose is to cause harm.
Exactly. To harm, to damage, or just to disrupt the operation of your computer system.
So it can affect your personal files or the software you use.
That's right. It's like a digital illness.
That's a great way to put it. It's like a physical virus that makes a person sick.
That is the perfect way to think about it. If a human virus makes you sick and stops you from working.
A computer virus makes your machine sick and stops it from working correctly.
Yeah. Yes. In the dialogue, the frustrated user said it must have a virus or something.
They were guessing.
They were guessing or speculating that the cause of their computer freezing was this destructive hidden program.
Let's spend a moment practicing how to apply this word. We'll use it in some simple sentences, speaking slowly and clearly so you can repeat this out loud.
Good idea.
For example, I think my laptop has a virus because it keeps turning off.
Or, be careful what links you click, you might get a virus.
One more. The company's files were deleted by a new computer virus.
Now, because these viruses are so common and cause so much trouble, we have defense tools.
Right, special software.
We call this antivirus software, or sometimes virus protection software.
So antivirus means against the virus.
Exactly. This software is like a security guard for your computer. It constantly watches for and tries to remove these harmful programs.
Before they can spread or cause any serious damage.
Yes. So the ability to talk about these tools is also essential.
If you tell a friend, my antivirus software needs to be updated, what are you saying?
You're communicating a very important security problem clearly and accurately.
Now, in the dialogue, Samuel performed an investigation. He said, I ran a virus scan on your computer.
A virus scan. Let's break that down.
It's the process, right? The action.
It's the action where the antivirus software searches every part of your machine.
It's looking for any sign of a virus.
Exactly. So we have the main noun, virus.
We have the defense tool, antivirus software.
And we have the action, running a virus scan.
Mastering these three related terms is really crucial for discussing digital safety in English.
And remember the pronunciation. The stress is on the first syllable, virus.
Virus. Got it. Okay, our second key word is probably the most common way native speakers describe this kind of technical problem.
The word is froze. F-R-O-Z-E.
This is the past tense of the verb freeze.
Right. So what does it mean when a computer froze?
It means the machine completely stopped responding to commands.
Everything stopped.
The programs you were using, the applications, they just stopped working. You might click the mouse or try to type.
Yeah, nothing happens.
Right. The screen is simply stuck. It's in one fixed position.
This is a total functional stoppage, a complete stop.
The computer might still be on, the lights might be blinking.
But the software is completely unresponsive. It's paralyzed.
And this is different from the computer just being slow.
Very different. Freezing means a total lockup.
Let's practice using the different forms of this verb because they are all very common.
Good idea. The base form, the past tense, and the continuous form.
Right. Let's start with the continuous form, keeps freezing, which describes a repeating problem.
For example, my mobile phone keeps freezing when I try to open too many apps.
That means the problem happens again and again.
Exactly. Now, what about the past tense, froze?
We use that to describe a single specific event that happened in the past.
For example, The computer froze right before I was able to save my important document.
Which, of course, is when it always happens.
Always at the worst possible moment.
And finally, the base form freezes to describe a general habit or something that happens commonly.
Like this, I hate it when the video game screen freezes during the final level.
That's a great example.
Yeah.
Now, it's extremely important for English learners to note the context here.
A very important point.
In this technical discussion, the word froze has absolutely nothing to do with cold weather.
Nothing to do with ice or temperature.
If you say, my computer froze, every native English speaker will immediately understand.
They will know you mean the machine stopped responding. The context tells you the definition.
And if the problem is continuous, we sometimes use a noun form.
We do. We call it a freeze-up.
For example, I had a terrible freeze-up last night and lost all my work.
So to summarize, if your technology is totally unresponsive, use the word freeze or froze.
It's simple, clear, and perfectly natural American English.
Okay, let's move from these general concepts to some specific evidence.
When Samuel ran the virus scan in the dialogue, he found a specific problem.
He did. He found infected files. This is a very useful two-word phrase.
So what is an infected file?
Simply put, it's a digital file like a document, a photo, or an application.
That contains a virus hidden inside its data.
Right. The file is carrying the harmful program.
So if the virus is the disease,
The infected file is the carrier of that disease.
that makes perfect sense.
And when antivirus software performs its scan, its main goal is to find these infected files.
To identify and locate them.
Yes. And once they are identified, the software has to do one of two things.
Okay, what are they?
It must either clean the file by removing the virus code, or if the damage is too great, it must delete the file completely to stop the virus from spreading.
Spreading to other files in your system.
Exactly.
Let's practice using this phrase in context. I notice it's often used with words like found or deleted,
Very often.
for example. The security report stated that 120 infected files were found on the network.
Here's another one. I had to delete a lot of my photos because they were infected files.
And here's one with a more advanced word, quarantined. The antivirus software successfully quarantined the infected file
And quarantine just means isolating the file.
to prevent the virus from spreading, just like we quarantine a person with an illness.
Right. So understanding this phrase is key for clear communication with any computer professional.
If a technician tells you, we found some infected files, you instantly know the nature of the problem.
A virus was present, and it was living in your data. It's a very specific term.
It's much stronger and more technical than just saying a bad file.
Much stronger. Infected specifically points to a virus or other malware.
Okay, so after the user expressed surprise about having a virus, Samuel explained the root cause.
The real reason for the problem.
And he did this using our next key phrase, not up to date.
This is an adjective phrase. It acts like an adjective.
And it means something is old or outdated.
Or it's lacking the most recent information, the newest version, or necessary updates.
In our dialogue, Samuel said, yours wasn't up to date. What was he referring to?
The antivirus software.
So what did that mean?
It meant the software was old, maybe weeks or even months old.
And because it was old, it could not recognize the newest types of viruses.
That's it. The security system was weak because it was missing recent information, missing the definitions of what new viruses look like.
And this concept is so crucial in technology.
It really is. Technology is always changing, and new threats appear every day.
So if your software is not up to date,
Your protection against those new threats is basically non-existent.
let's look at how we use this phrase in simple everyday contexts beyond just software.
Good idea. Let's start with hardware, or physical devices.
You could say, I need to buy a new computer because mine isn't up to date. It's too slow now.
That means the technology itself, the hardware, is old.
Right. What about for information or documents?
You might say, I am lost. Are you sure this map is up to date? I think this road was built last year.
That means the information on the map is old and therefore it's wrong.
Exactly. And you can even use it for skills or knowledge.
For example, my colleague is reading many articles to make sure his knowledge is up to date.
Meaning his knowledge is current and relevant?
And of course, we also use the positive version of this phrase.
Simply up to date.
If something is up to date, it is current, modern.
And has all the necessary information or security features.
Let's look at a couple of positive examples,
You could say, this is the most up-to-date version of the application.
meaning it's the latest version.
Or, You must keep all your software up to date for the best security.
Meaning you must regularly update it.
A quick note on pronunciation. When native speakers say this phrase quickly, the three words up to date can sound like they're linked together.
But remember, the structure is 3 distinct words. This phrase is extremely versatile.
It really is. It's used constantly in American English for anything that requires current information.
From news reports to computer systems.
So we've now built the foundation of the problem.
A virus caused the computer to freeze,
And the security failed because the software was not up to date.
which led to infected files.
Right. So now, let's shift our focus to the phrases that help us communicate these ideas fluently.
These next 3 phrases are what we like to call fluency builders.
They are common, everyday expressions that will instantly make you sound more natural and comfortable when speaking American English.
Let's start with a beautiful and natural phrase for confirming that you are coming immediately.
When the user asked Samuel for help, Samuel replied, "Just give me a second, I'll be right up."
So the basic meaning is clear. I will arrive soon.
Or, "I am coming immediately." The little word right is important here.
It emphasizes the speed.
Yes, not just "I will be up," but "I will be up very quickly." It suggests a delay of only a few seconds or maybe a minute.
Now, the key to mastering this phrase is understanding the directional word used at the end.
Because that little word tells the listener where you are going.
Let's break down the 4 most common variations, starting with the one in our dialogue. I'll be right up.
Okay. "I'll be right up" is used when you are moving to a higher location.
Usually an upstairs room or floor.
That's right. Samuel was on a lower floor and was going up to the user's location.
For example, my desk is on the 2nd floor and you are on the 1st. I'll be right up.
Perfect. Now, what about the opposite direction?
That would be, I'll be right down.
This means you are moving to a lower location, like downstairs.
For instance, your mom says, dinner's ready, come down.
You might reply, "Okay, I'm finishing this email, I'll be right down."
A third very common variation is I'll be right out.
This one means you are leaving a small, enclosed space quickly.
A confined space.
Yes. We use this often when leaving a room, especially a bathroom or a small office.
Let's think of an example.
If someone is waiting for you to exit the bathroom, you might yell, "Just a minute, I'll be right out."
That is a perfect real-life example. It's used all the time in a household setting to signal you're exiting a small space immediately.
It is. And finally, we have 2 variations that focus on location, not just direction.
I'll be right over and I'll be right there.
Let's start with "I'll be right over." This means you are traveling a short distance to the person's location.
You're promising to cross a short physical space right away.
Exactly. For example, "Can you bring me the document? I'm across the office." And you reply, "Sure, I'll be right over."
And the last one, I'll be right there.
This is the most general and probably the safest variation. It just means you are arriving at the location immediately.
Without specifying the direction.
Right. For instance, "My car broke down. Can you help?" The reply, "I'll be right there."
So to summarize this key phrase, I'll be right, direction location, is a powerful and polite way to promise immediate arrival.
You simply choose the correct directional word up, down, out, over, or there based on where you were traveling.
Practice saying this phrase aloud with the different directional words to really make it feel natural.
Okay, our next phrase. This one is crucial for revealing the result of an investigation.
Or a search, or some kind of final discovery. The phrase is, it turns out that,
In our dialogue, Samuel used this phrase when he revealed the reason for the computer problems.
he said, I ran a virus scan on your computer, and it turns out that you have a lot of infected files.
So the phrase works like this. First, there is a question or process.
In this case, running the scan,
Then the answer is discovered.
the infected files.
And it turns out that acts as the bridge. It signals to the listener that the final reason, the information that was unknown before, has now been found.
I like that, a linguistic bridge.
It adds a lovely element of natural conversation to your English.
Because it signals that the information was discovered after some effort or some confusion.
It means the final reality is this, or we discovered the truth.
Let's look at some non-technology examples to see how universal this phrase is.
Good idea. Imagine you are waiting for an important delivery that never arrived.
And you call the delivery company.
You might say, I called the post office and it turns out that they delivered the package to the wrong address.
So that's the discovery after the investigation, after the phone call.
Exactly. Or another example. Imagine you are looking for a job and you go through many interviews.
You could say, I applied for 5 jobs, But it turns out that the best job offer was from the very first company I interviewed with.
It's the discovery of a final, unexpected result.
So the key distinction here is when you use this phrase.
Right. If the information is already known from the beginning, you don't use it.
It turns out that specifically when the information was not obvious at first.
It signals new, definitive information that resolves a mystery or a question.
This makes your English sound much more dynamic and natural. You're leading the listener through a process of discovery.
Now, for our last fluency builder, this one is absolutely essential.
It's used constantly by native speakers when talking about malfunctioning devices.
In the dialogue, the user described the problem by saying, "My PC, it's acting up again."
If you are a beginner English learner, you might try to translate this literally.
Or you might say something like, "My computer is behaving strangely."
Or my computer is not functioning properly.
And while those sentences are grammatically correct,
It's acting up is the most common and natural way a Native American English speaker would say it.
it's the phrase we would choose.
So the simple, clear meaning is, the machine is working strangely,
Or malfunctioning periodically, it's not completely broken.
but it's not performing as it should.
It's misbehaving like a naughty child.
That analogy of a naughty child is perfect. When a child is acting up, they're being difficult and causing trouble.
Exactly. And when a machine is acting up, it's being difficult and causing technical trouble.
In the dialogue, the word again is also very important. It's acting up again.
It is. It shows this is not a one-time failure,
It's a recurring, ongoing problem that has happened before.
which adds context and really increases that sense of frustration.
The versatility of acting up is what makes it so useful.
You can use it for nearly any machine or device that is giving you trouble.
It's not just for computers.
Not at all. Let's practice some broader applications. How about for a car?
You could say, my car is acting up when the weather is extremely cold. The engine makes unusual sounds.
Or for home appliances.
This old washing machine is always acting up. Sometimes it stops mid-cycle and I have to restart it.
What about a printer? They're always acting up.
Definitely. The printer at the office is acting up today. It keeps saying it is out of paper, even though I just filled it.
Think of this phrase as a universal shortcut for malfunction.
Instead of trying to detail all the strange, specific behaviors, the sounds, the flashing lights,
The sudden shutdowns. You just say, "It's acting up."
and the listener immediately understands the machine is behaving incorrectly.
It saves time, and it is a clear marker of fluency.
Okay, we have completed our deep dive into the 7 core terms and phrases.
Now let's transition into a quick but important review.
We'll look at the surrounding action verbs and specific nouns that appeared in the dialogue.
These words will help you complete the picture when you're communicating technical problems.
Let's start with the action verbs. These are critical for asking for help and describing what a user was doing.
First up is take a look.
This phrase is a polite and common way to ask someone to examine something closely.
Usually to find a problem or correct an error.
The user asks Samuel, "Can you come take a look at my TC?"
This phrase is so much softer and more conversational than saying, "Can you examine my PC?"
Or, "Can you fix my PC?"
Yes, it's a gentle request for investigation.
And we use this everywhere, not just for computers.
Right. A manager might say, "I need you to take a look at these reports before I send them out."
Meaning, please review them closely for errors.
Or a friend could say, "Come take a look at this funny picture I found online."
Meaning, please look at this picture.
Next up, browse surf the net.
The user defended their actions by saying, "But I'm quite careful when I'm browsing the internet."
Browse means to look for information, to view different websites.
Or to simply pass time by moving from page to page on the internet.
And the phrase surf the net is a slightly more casual way to say the same thing. They're interchangeable.
The context in the dialogue is safety.
It is. When the user said they were careful, they meant they were cautious about what links they clicked on.
Or what files they downloaded to avoid getting a virus.
Exactly. For practice, you could say, "I was browsing the internet for new recipes yesterday."
Or, the children are allowed to surf the net for 1 hour after school.
Now, the noun form of this action is the web browser, which we will review in a moment.
Remember, to browse is the action you perform using the browser program.
The next verb phrase is pick up.
This means to acquire or get something, often accidentally.
Yes, or involuntarily. It's often used for negative things you didn't try to get.
The user said, "I have no idea how I could have picked up a virus.
We use Pickup most often for illnesses, bad habits, or computer viruses.
Things you acquire just by being exposed to them.
For example, I think I picked up a cold when I was traveling on the airplane last week.
Or another one. She picked up a strange accent after living abroad for a year.
In our dialogue, Picked Up explains how the virus entered the computer system.
Not deliberately installed, but acquired accidentally while browsing.
This verb usage is very common and very natural.
Okay, now let's quickly solidify 3 important nouns.
These are necessary for clarity in technology discussions.
First, computer tech.
Computer tech is a shortened, very natural way of saying computer technician.
This is the professional person who fixes, diagnoses, and maintains computer systems.
Instead of saying the full title, native speakers almost always shorten it to just tech.
So if your computer's acting up, you would call the computer tech at your office.
Exactly. It's a common role in any business.
Next noun, web browser.
This is a foundational term. A web browser is the specific computer program that lets you access the internet.
Common examples are Chrome, Safari, Microsoft Edge, or Firefox.
It is the tool you use to browse the internet.
And it is very important not to confuse the web browser with the internet itself.
Right. The browser is the application that translates the internet's language into something you can read on your screen.
Finally, let's talk about a corrupt file.
Now, we already discussed infected files, which carry a virus. A correct file is similar because it's broken, but the cause is different.
How is it different?
A corrupt file is a damaged or broken computer file that simply cannot be opened or used.
Because its internal data structure is broken?
Right. And this corruption might be caused by a virus, but it could also be caused by an unexpected power outage.
Or the computer shutting down suddenly before the file was properly saved.
So the distinction is important. An infected file is a threat to the rest of the computer,
While a corrupt file is simply unusable and represents lost data.
both are technical headaches, but they require different solutions.
Excellent. We have now covered the complete vocabulary and phrase set from the dialogue.
And its related digital context.
We've now completed our deep word-by-word analysis.
You understand the core vocabulary. Virus, froze, infected file, not up to date.
And the key fluency builders. I'll be right up, it turns out that, and it's acting up.
Now it is time to train your native ear.
We are going to listen to the dialogue 2 more times.
The first reading will be at a slow, clear, instructional speed.
And I will slightly emphasize the phrases we learned.
The second time, we will return to the normal conversational speed to confirm your improved comprehension.
Okay, listen very carefully now. Focus intensely on hearing those key phrases. Froze, acting up, infected files, and up to date.
Try to think of the meaning of the phrase before the speaker finishes saying it.
Here's the dialogue. Read slowly and clearly.
Oh, great, the stupid computer froze again. That is the 3rd time today. Hey, Samuel, can you come take a look at my PC? It is acting up again. It must have a virus or something.
Just give me a second. I will be right up.
I ran a virus scan on your computer, and it turns out that you have a lot of infected files.
But I am quite careful when I am browsing the internet. I have no idea how I could have picked up a virus.
Well, you have to make sure your antivirus software is updated regularly.
Yeah.
Yours was not up to date. That is probably what was causing your problem.
Okay, anything else?
Yeah, try not to kick or hit the computer.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Hearing the dialogue at that slow speed really allows you to cement the pronunciation.
And the rhythm of American English.
Notice how simple the vocabulary is, but how powerful the phrases are when you put them together.
This practice is crucial for linking the sound of the word to the meaning in your memory.
Exactly. We are training your ear to recognize these structures instantly.
So you don't have to translate them in your head.
Now for our final test of comprehension.
We are returning to the normal conversational speed for the last time.
Listen and see how much easier it is to understand the full exchange now that you have mastered the underlying components.
The key phrases should feel like they are jumping out at you now.
Here is the dialogue one last time at normal speed.
Oh, great. The stupid computer froze again. It's the 3rd time today. Hey, Samuel, can you come take a look at my PC? It's acting up again. It must have a virus or something.
Just give me a second, I'll be right up.
I ran a virus scan on your computer, and it turns out that you have a lot of infected files.
But I'm quite careful when I'm browsing the internet. I have no idea how I could have picked up a virus.
Well, you have to make sure your antivirus software is updated regularly. Yours wasn't up to date. That's probably what was causing your problems.
Okay, anything else?
Yeah, try not to kick or hit the computer.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Fantastic. That feeling of instant recognition, That's the goal.
You're not just listening for individual words anymore. You're recognizing complete phrases and understanding the entire situation in real time.
And that is true fluency development.
It is. So we want to end this teaching segment with a final application challenge,
This is designed to force you to actively use the phrases we learned today.
which is the most effective way to transfer them into your long-term memory.
This scenario is based on a real-life computer problem that was mentioned in the sources.
A machine that keeps turning off without warning.
Okay, here is the scenario for your practice. Your desktop computer has suddenly shut down by itself for the second time this morning.
You are in your home office, and your friend Sarah, who is good with computers, is currently working one floor above you in her bedroom office.
You need her help immediately. So the challenge is this.
Your task is to formulate 2 simple sentences. Use the phrase, "it's acting up," to describe the problem to Sarah.
And then imagine Sarah's response, making sure she uses the correct variation of "I'll be right" to confirm her immediate arrival.
Think about your 2-sentence response for a moment. Pay attention to the directional words Sarah should use.
So let's formulate a clear, natural English response that meets this challenge.
Okay. You might contact Sarah and say, "Hey, Sarah, my computer is acting up again. It keeps shutting down. Can you take a look?"
That perfectly uses acting up to describe the problem and take a look to ask for help.
And since Sarah is moving from the floor above down to your office, what would her response be?
Her response should use the phrase with down.
So she might say, "Wow, that sounds frustrating. I'm just finishing a quick note. I'll be right down to your desk in 1 minute."
Using "I'll be right down" correctly.
If you could formulate a clear, natural response like that, correctly using acting up and "I'll be right down," then you are successfully applying the language.
In a fluent, real-world context.
And that is the definition of success here at Native Ear.
We have now reached the end of this incredibly detailed, deep dive lesson.
Thank you for dedicating your focus and your time to mastering this practical English with us.
Let's quickly recap the important language skills we acquired and reinforced today.
We learned how to identify technical failure using the foundational terms virus and froze.
And the very natural expression acting up.
We also learned how to discuss the causes of failure using the key terms infected files.
And the essential adjective phrase, not up to date.
And finally, we mastered those core fluency phrases used to communicate intention and discovery.
They'll be right up with all its variations, and it turns out that.
And please remember that consistent, slow, methodical practice with materials focused on real-life scenarios
Exactly like the deep dives we conduct here on the Native Ear channel.
is the single most effective shortcut to fluency. Don't try to rush.
Focus on understanding and applying one concept clearly at a time.
We strongly encourage you to keep practicing these specific phrases in your own conversations this week,
Try to use "it's acting up" the next time any machine gives you trouble.
whether it's your coffee machine, your car, or your phone.
Application is memory.
Thank you again for diving deep into this lesson with us.
We hope you feel much more prepared and confident the next time you need to talk about technology problems in English.
And before you go, please remember the challenge we posed at the start.
To help us reach more learners, please take a moment now to like this deep dive, subscribe to the Native Ear channel.
And share this resource with your friends and family.
Until the next great lesson, goodbye and happy learning.